During Valentine's Day, people have a lot of associative reactions, moods, even depression. Have you had a relationship end that was so significant? Like, let's say it ended in January or just a week before Valentine's Day, and all of a sudden here's this day, or this day that represents love to everybody else, and you're almost having it be in bold print. Yours is gone. You don't have any love anymore. Your dude just faded to black. Have you had a Valentine's Day where the day represented everything but love to you?
I could say that has happened to me in my life, but not necessarily around Valentine's Day. But I know if that did happen, like if I were broken up with around January and then Valentine's Day did come around, I would definitely feel like that's like the alone stamp on my shoulder or forehead or whatever you want to call it.
Do you think that is a void or a chasm that many women feel just because this one day has been so, in my opinion, I think love is a beautiful thing to celebrate, and I don't think we should celebrate it once a year. But since that's how Hallmark and corporate America have structured it, do you think this day really throws people in a tailspin beyond what is logical or even reasonable?
I would definitely agree with that. I'm in the restaurant industry, so I typically work on holidays like that. That's like a day that they will staff up on just so we can accommodate to the amount of reservations made for the restaurant. And then I will wait on tables and I'll see how, like, the guest note would say, have 2 glasses of champagne on the table before the guests arrive. And it won't be like the cheapest one, it'll be like Moet, it'll be Veuve or something like that. Like extremely expensive, like $100, $200 bottles of champagne on the table just for that one day. So, I mean, I do think people like go out of their way just for that one day.
One other question. Being in that industry, as a server, or in this case, I'm going to say as a witness, have you ever watched someone that went through all of this pomp and circumstance, and you're sitting there and you're looking at these people in what should be this amorous, affectionate, love-laden environment, but what you really see is love don't live here anymore, and no matter how much wine, no matter how nice the gift, this gesture isn't gonna fix it?
I've seen that, like, actually recently, not like it was last year, but I'll never forget, there was this man who made a reservation for his ex-girlfriend. He was trying to give her the best birthday she ever had. So he put her in a private section, gave her all the wine she wanted, it was a small table, it was her and like 2 friends, and gave her this beautiful cake. The cake was so pretty, I put it on Instagram. Like, that's how pretty it was. It had a big diamond in it, and it was so beautiful. And at the end of the day—
He was proposing?
He wasn't proposing, he was trying to get her back.
Okay.
And this wasn't on Valentine's Day or anything, but he went out of his way, like came to the restaurant 2 hours early, spoke with the managers, like, this is how I want it, and this is how it's gonna be played out. And you guys let me know how it happens, and I'm gonna come to the restaurant when she leaves to get a recap. So it all happens, he comes to the restaurant, the cake's not even eaten. She didn't even touch the cake. So at the end of the day, we were in the kitchen with him, servers, cooks, managers, all eating the cake because it was so good. And he wasted it, so he was just like, well, you guys can have it, I guess. You all can have a slice. So we were eating the cake that she was supposed to eat, that she didn't even touch, and she didn't even want him back. She was like, oh, thanks for dinner, bye.
So despite the fact money can be almost a vehicle to many things, one place it will not take you to and one thing it cannot buy is love.
That was like the perfect example.